It's your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim here. I have some not so nice news. There is not just one, but two different cases of people who are in trouble because of blasphemy laws. But it's not two atheists, rather one Muslim and one atheist. It just goes to show you that even if you're Muslim, but not of the right sect, or if you say the wrong things, you can get in trouble. This rule is especially problematic for minorities like Ahmadis or Christians in Pakistan. The two individuals are a Nigerian singer by the name of Yahaya Sharif and the president of Nigerian humanist organization Mubarak Bala. One is arrested and hasn't been heard from, and the other one is going to be executed. In August 2020, a Nigerian man by the name of Yahaya Sharif was sentenced to death for blasphemy. He was found guilty for circulating a song describing Prophet Muhammad on WhatsApp in March. Who is Yahaya Sharif Aminu? Few people have heard of him before his arrest. He was a musician not well known in northern Nigeria, and his songs were not popular outside his Tijaniya sect. The Tijaniya is a Sufi tariqa. Critics say the song was blasphemous because it praised an imam from the Tijaniya Muslim Brotherhood and elevated him above the Prophet Muhammad. If you didn't figure it out, this is coming from the strict Wahhabi strain of Islam. The Taliban murdered Sufi singer Amjad Sabri in 2016. They don't tolerate the elevation, prayer, or worship of saints. The strain is like a virus in Islam that spreads in the community and causes all who join it to want to cleanse Islam of all impurities. His name was Yahaya Sharif, and he was only 22 years old. Protesters had burnt down his family home and gathered outside the headquarters of the Islamic police known as the Hisbah, demanding action against him. Yahya Sharif Aminu has been held incommunicado and has been chained in an underground cell at the Kano prison. Sahara reporters have gathered. They are keeping him in the worst possible condition. They have denied him visitors, including his immediate family. He has been kept in a solitary confinement cell known as Back Cell at the Kano Central Prison. The cells are dark and underground. This boy may get infected where they are keeping him or exposed to the cold. They put a leg chain on him since he got in, and he sleeps with the leg chain, the prison official told the reporters. Even worse, the governor of Kano State has said that the state government has accepted the death penalty and the verdict would be signed in 30 days. So that's one example still fresh in our minds, and there's another case as well that's just as troubling. Mubarak Bala. Growing up in Kano, Mr. Bala was from a highly respected family descended from generations of Islamic scholars. But as he got older, Mr. Bala came into contact with people outside Kano, and little by little he lost his faith. According to BBC, in 2014, his father had him forcibly detained and medicated in a psychiatric facility for 18 days. The hospital said it was treating Mr. Bala for a challenging psychological condition. Imagine that simply for rejecting the religion of his birth, he was forcibly drugged and put into a mental institution. Did it help? Obviously not, because 6 years later he is still atheist. There is no medical condition for lack of belief in God. Either you believe in the evidence or you don't. Fast forward 6 years later. On April 25th, he allegedly typed a post on Facebook calling the Prophet Muhammad a terrorist. Knowing Facebook, this is enough to get you put in Facebook jail. But in Nigeria, it gets you put in actual jail. Mr. Bala, who was 36, was arrested after lawyers in his conservative birthplace, the Muslim majority city of Kano, complained about his Prophet Muhammad post to the police. Amina Ahmed knew her atheist husband was taking enormous risks with some of his Facebook posts criticizing Christianity and Islam in Nigeria, a deeply religious country. Now in 2020, the head of the Humanist Organization of Nigeria was seized by the police and has disappeared in custody. We fear for the way Bala's rights have already been denied. He has no access to legal counsel, and the Nigerian constitution stipulates that he should have been released more than a week ago if no charges were filed. And we fear for his health. Given the fact that COVID-19 is ravaging prisons and immigration detention centers, Bala's detention puts him at a greater risk of contracting the disease. There's a personal dimension to this which is so tragic. He's got a family, a wife, and he's got a baby. Just set him free. Miss Ahmed gave birth to the couple's first child 6 weeks before her husband was arrested. She has cried so much since then, and she is worried about her safety. But there are some people who cannot stop themselves from speaking their mind, even if it gets them in trouble. That is Mubarak Bala. According to Nigerian law, any person who insults another person's religion can be sentenced to imprisonment of 2 years or execution. Under the customary system applicable nationwide, blasphemy is prohibited under Section 204 of the Criminal Code. Section 204, Insult to Religion, states, Any person who does an act which any class of persons considers as a public insult on their religion with the intention that they should consider the act such an insult, and any person who does an unlawful act with the knowledge that any class of persons will consider it such an insult is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 2 years. States subject to Sharia courts can and do implement severe punishments for crimes such as blasphemy, including execution. What can we do? We need to raise awareness. Post hashtag Free Mubarak Bala on your social media accounts. Share the petitions and the fundraiser that's linked below. There's a fundraiser for Yahya organized by Atheist Alliance International, which is nearly fully funded. So I'm going to recommend you donate to the fundraiser by Humanist International for Mubarak Bala instead. They've already hired a lawyer and sent some money to the legal team. Please support this campaign. As you know, a good legal team can set a precedent. It will do more than help one person. It may change the laws for good. Last time I spoke about a case in Kenya, you guys fully funded it within an hour. I'm sure you will again be very generous as you were last time I asked for help. End blasphemy laws now. Support secularism and freedom of expression and religion. Check out end-blasphemy-laws.org. Thanks for watching. This is your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.